Alright, here's my latest continuation of a project. It's an Atlas Kato, um, I believe they're RS 10 or 11, I'm not sure. I'll look it up and it'll be in the description and video title. So I've already gone and removed the light board and the wires leading to it, and I've replaced it with this board decoder, which is a DASR NCE decoder. And these are really great decoders for non-sound decoders. They, establish a smooth running locomotive, reduced noise, and really good quality non-sound function decoders. So, with that being said, of course, the light conduit that's required for the headlights will need to be trimmed back, and I'm going to mount my pre-wired LED to it. This is a warm white 3mm LED, and I'll use shrink wrap to attach it. And since this component no longer reaches the section in the shell, which kind of pinches these little areas here to keep it in place, I'll end up using probably tack it to the ceiling of the shell, and I'll either paint the remainder of it or just use black tape to reduce light bleed from it. Now, the neat little thing that I stumbled upon, I bought these pin headers, 2.5mm female pin headers that incidentally create a male pin header. They're round, and they're the same format, same dimension as 8-pin plugs for DCC decoders. And this was a failed attempt, but I don't throw much away, and I'm glad I didn't, because I can repurpose some of these pins. And as you can see here, pardon my arm, let me see if I can get this in focus here. So basically, I've taken the pin and bent the pin. So what I'm going to do with that is I'm going to solder it to the board with the bent pin, so it's pointing outward like so. And with that, I'm going to do 4, 2 on each end, and one will be the common and the other will be the white and yellow, essentially function line. And then what I'll do is, with the extension of the wires to the LEDs, I will solder a similar one to each wire. And instead of having a plug floating around, these will plug into that pin, and to take off the shell, we can just unplug it from the decoder. So essentially I'm making 4 single pin plugs. So for maintenance and such as that, can unplug the LED. So I am going to get at it, and I will show you some of the progress as I go on. Alright, I'm back. My phone ended up dying, and the power bar that I had it switched on to, or plugged into, wasn't actually switched on. Needless to say, I have the what do you want to call them? I guess pin receptacles installed on the board. So with luck, I can make this work. So the one with the black coating on it still, I have that on pin C, so I'm hoping that's the common. I've also, as you can see here, I've installed the blue tack, cut back the light channel, and installed blue tack to hold the light in place, wired up the wiring, and I have the corresponding, my common still has the black so it matches the board, and I guess my ground would be bare to match the board as well. So I'm going to plug this in, try to get half decent wire management, and then give it a test, and hopefully it works. So we'll bring that into shot. So we will plug this in. Now I have it wired in such a way as if it was supposed to be long cab forward. Back in the 50s, CN operated in that fashion. So hopefully, I mean, I may have to readjust the decoder to operate in reverse, but I'm okay with that. As you can see, I'm just plugging these wires into the receptacles. They're a pretty good fit. And they clear each other, so there shouldn't be any grounding or anything of that nature, any short circuit. As you can see right there, all of the pins are plugged in. Nothing's touching, so I'm going to try to re-establish the shell, reinstall it. Wire management is always a pain in the butt, but a necessary evil. I've already damaged part of the handrails. I do my best to not damage things, but sometimes it's inevitable, especially when you don't notice things. It's minor. I'll try to repair it. It's a little tab that fits into the shell that broke off. May not even be noticeable, but I know it's there, so I'm going to try to fix it. Alright. For the most part, that shell went on without much of a hitch. Look at that. Clicks in. As you can see, you may, right there's where it broke off. The bottom of that, it didn't pop out, so I'll just take some adhesive and glue it back on. Hopefully not glue the whole thing in together. So I will reinstall the grab irons and rails, set up a test track, and see if this is going to be operational. I'll pause and come right back. Alright, so I'm repositioned here. I did a quick test, so it does work. It is on address 3087. Fire up the headlight, which is good and bright, and we're runnering forward. Well, that doesn't sound great. That's probably a wire management thing. Some momentum. It's quieter going, hey, and that would be forward. So it's quieter going that way, that's good. There's a fair bit of momentum left on that. Light's good and bright. That's good. I will take the shell back off. And try to clean up that noise. I like that momentum that's built in. It's a pretty smooth runner. I did oil it up and lube it up. So for the most part, I'm very pleased with that. And get this up, and thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. And thanks for watching. Have a great day.